Hey, what's going on here, guys? Edward here, and today what I want to talk about is this idea that Jesus went to hell. Now, before I get into the different views, I'm going to go ahead and define some words in the Old Testament and then go back into the New Testament and define some words there for you as well. In the Old Testament, we have this word Sheol. Now, Sheol is basically the place of the dead. We don't know too much about this place in detail, but what we do know is that this was the place where people would go after they died in the Old Testament. Now, by the time of the New Testament, the equivalent of Sheol is this word Hades. Now, Hades we find in Luke 16. The Greek word is Adis. Now, Luke 16, we know that there is the story of a rich man and Lazarus, right? And the rich man is actually in this place of torment while Lazarus is on the other side and he's in Abraham's bosom. Now, the rich man is actually in detail telling, Abraham, he's telling him, hey, listen, send Lazarus to dip his finger in water and touch my tongue because I'm in a place of torment. So this would be Hades in Luke 16. Now we have some other words in the New Testament that give us a picture of hell. The third word would be Gehenna. Now Gehenna in the Old Testament, there's actually some Old Testament history to this word. In the Old Testament, this would be the place that people would go and sacrifice their children to their God. By the time of the New Testament, this would actually be the place that they would go and take their trash to the south of Jerusalem. Now the reason is because there was fire burning day and night. So people would take their trash to the south of Jerusalem to this place which would be the Valley of Hinnom. So the last word that we have in the the New Testament for this idea of hell is the word Tartarus. Now Tartarus, a lot of theologians debate whether there are degrees in hell, but if there are degrees in hell, this is the lowest part of hell. This is the lowest region of hell. So we have Sheol, we have Hades, we have Gehenna, and then we have Tartarus. So the question is, did Jesus go to hell? Well, if you're speaking of this place of torment, no, he did not. But there is this verse in Ephesians 4:9 that tell us that Jesus went to the lowest regions of the earth. And the other verse that would kind of back this verse up and this idea that Jesus went to this is between the crucifixion and the resurrection, Jesus going somewhere, would be 1 Peter 3:19, which tell us that Jesus is actually proclaiming, he is declaring, he is announcing to the spirits in prison. And a lot of theologians would conclude that Jesus did not go to hell, this place of torment, but he did go to Hades, this place of Abraham's bosom. Then there's this gulf and this place of torment on the other side. So a lot of people would conclude that Jesus actually went to Hades and not hell. A lot of the confusion occurs in the translation between the Greek and the English. In the King James Version of the Bible, even though it's a great translation, the word Adis is translated into hell in many places, but the better translation would be Hades. So I think a lot of people kind of have a confusion of this, and also in certain churches, maybe you growing up have recited the Apostles' Creed, and it says that Jesus descended into hell. But again, it would be Hades, not actually hell. So did Jesus go to hell? No, he did not. But there is a possibility that he went to Hades, this place of Abraham's bosom and this area of torment. So by the time of the church age, we know that Paul in 2 Corinthians 5 is preaching to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Thank you guys for watching this video and have a great day.